Hi, everybody. It's Robbie Rozelle, the beloved cabaret superstar and A&R director of Broadway Records. And I'm really excited because we're back with another listening party. And today it's a really great one. We are celebrating the 6th anniversary of Michael Mott's debut album, Where the Sky Ends, the songs of Michael Mott. It's incredible. And I got Michael Mott here with me to talk about it. And we also are going to have some guests come in. So I'm going to bring in Michael right now. And let's chat. Michael!
Oh my gosh!
I know.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah.
It's weird to be like, well, and nobody claps for you, right?
No, but I'm used to it now. You know, I want to just start scheduling. I do these bi-weekly shows at 6. And I'm like, maybe I should do them at 7 and just open my windows so everyone can hear the applause outside.
Anybody? They're not clapping so much anymore, though.
It's dwindling, right?
Yeah, everything's sort of shifted, with good reason, but it's all just like...
With everyone taking their masks off.
Correct. But we love you, healthcare workers, and wear your masks, people. We're here to celebrate you and this great album. 6 years.
I know, it's crazy. I can't believe it's been 6 years. I feel like this album is really the thing that gave me such a platform and honestly did change my life as a songwriter. And you guys putting it out was amazing because it was such a big deal for me. And it was one of the earliest records Broadway Records ever put out.
It sure was.
Yeah. Ben and I talk about that a lot.
Tell me about the genesis of you fresh out of Ithaca College and going, it's time, I'm going to put out a record of my music with some of the most famous people, and how that started.
Well, I went to Ithaca College as a musical theater major, and I was doing that thing for about 6 years professionally, but I was never broadcasting that I was writing. And I had written Kim Scharnberg, who was this album's co-producer with me. And
Sure.
He's a legendary orchestrator, and I had written him.
He works a lot with Frank Wildhorn.
Linda Eder. That's how I heard of him, because I was such a huge Linda and Frank fan growing up in high school. Sure. And I wrote Kim an email when I was 16 of a musical I wrote, and I sent him a demo of one of the musicals I wrote in my email, and he was so kind. He wrote me back and he gave me feedback, and he said, keep in touch. And when I moved to New York, I was accepted into the BMI Lehman Angle Musical Theater Writers Workshop, which is a mouthful.
Fridays at 4.
Right, exactly. I got into that program about 5 or 6 years in, and into New York, living in New York, and I decided to do a cabaret of my shows. I did a show at the Laurie Beachman in 2013, and Kim came and he orchestrated a few songs, and then he was like, you know what, we should make a record. Let's make a record. And I was like, what? I don't know what I'm doing. And so I was like, I have some friends that will just record at home. And he's like, no, we have to do this correctly. And he introduced me to Van, and then took off. I had some private investors, and I mean, this was a real expensive album. Yeah.
Every first album is a very expensive album.
Yes. So yeah, I just got this, it's amazing. I just got this message yesterday from someone in Taiwan that just discovered it. And to see someone just hear this for the first time, it makes me smile every time. I screenshot it and send it to, Kim and my collaborators. I'm like, look at this message. I love it.
I love that.
I'm so happy.
Let's listen to the first track of the album. It's Justin Guarini, Just Like Me.
Dad was there through my childhood, strong and stern, teaching me how to stand tall, what to learn. He said, walk it off, no you can't, stand your ground, be a man. Real men keep on fighting till they die. Oh, now I know I was wrong. You broke down, you weren't strong. Everything you told me was a lie. I don't know why. Oh, you said to do as I say, don't do as I do. Well, I saw what you did. I've been doing it too. Where's the hero called Dad? I thought that I knew. Now I think you'll agree. Oh, you're just like me. Oh, my mother said be a good guy. Speak your mind. Settle down with a good girl. Sweet and kind. She said, hold the door so you can treat her right, son, beware. A lady never lets you see her shame. Oh, now I see in your eyes all your secrets, all your lies. You are not the lady that you claim. I'm so ashamed. Oh, you said to do as I say, don't do as I do. Well, I saw what you did. I've been doing it too. Now I wish I'd been born. I'd grow up to be you, 'cause I think you'll agree. Oh, you're just like me. Regular parents, all of them try, breaking the cycle, living the life. Everyday people playing a part right from the start. Oh, you said to do as I say, don't do as I do. Well, I saw what you did. I've been doing it too. I will take your mistakes, I'll make them anew, and I think you'll agree. Oh, you're just like me. You said to do as I say, don't do as I do. Well, I saw what you did. I've been doing it too. Doesn't mean that you failed, 'cause I became you. Somehow I never knew, but now I can see. Oh, you're just like me. Yeah. You're just like me.
Just like me.
Yes.
You're just like me.
Come on. You know, I want to give a shout out to Zoe Samuel, who co-wrote those lyrics with me. Actually, she had the majority of them. I just had a handful. So.
Well, we have some people watching. We have people watching from Austria.
Hey.
Loves this album.
Thank you. Aww.
Nora loves this album. People love this album, and who can blame them? Okay, so Justin Guarini came in, sang, looked very handsome doing it, I'm sure.
Yes.
The next song on the record is The Left Side of the Moon, which is an equally difficult to look at human, Zachary Levi.
He's so tall, too.
How did you land Chuck?
Do you want to know the honest to God truth? I can say this now.
I do.
I use Jeremy Jordan as leverage for everybody. Jeremy Jordan's on this album. Do you want to be on it? And Zach was the hardest catch. I had about 6 months back and forth with his whole team. And it was just me. I was like 27 years old. I didn't know what I was doing. And
Wow.
I just used my negotiation skills that I didn't even know I had. And they were like, well, he needs this much. And I was like, well, he's going to get this much because that's all we have. And it worked. And he was so sweet and he was so nice. And actually, he and I have been talking about a new thing that we're working on, hopefully, together.
Are we getting scoop right here, right now? I feel like we might be.
Probably sharing things that I shouldn't share, but he's working on some stuff that hopefully I can be a part of. We talked about it, so we'll see. I don't know.
I love that.
He's
here's a little
man. He's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh my God. I worked on the She Loves Me album, and
Yeah.
he was the kindest human.
Wasn't he so good in that show? He was so good in that show.
He was brilliant. Like, he should do more musicals.
He absolutely
More musicals.
He
Here's
did-
Zachary Levi.
who did that Target commercial.
They say the greatest joy in life is learning how to love and letting in the someone who loves you. But there's another side of life that I've been thinking of. My someone had a different point of view. On the left side of the moon, she left my heart in two. On the left side of the moon, I lost romance. On the left side of the moon, she bid my heart adieu. On the left side of the moon, I had no chance. But now it's fine, 'cause you came right out of the blue. Now you are mine, and I never knew what loving could do. On the right side of the moon, you made my heart rejoice. On the right side of the moon, you made me grin. On the right side of the moon, you left no other choice. On the right side of the moon, you let me in. But now it's fine, 'cause you came right out of the blue. Now you are mine, and I never knew what loving could do. On the right side of the moon, you made my heart rejoice. On the right side of the moon, you made me grin. On the right side of the moon, you left no other choice. On the right side of the moon, you let me in. Now let it begin. I'm in for the win. You're under my skin. Oh, you're looking so good tonight, darling. Boy, do I love you. I want to fly you right up to the moon. That's right. Not the left side, of course, the right side of the moon. The side of the moon where we're gonna love each other all night long. That's right, baby. But baby, there's one thing. Under no circumstances can you forget to pack the scotch.
Pack the scotch.
Pack the scotch.
Right before we went in, you were about to say something.
No, I was just saying how I love watching Zach on this past Christmas, and hopefully it becomes a tradition, but on the Target commercial.
Oh yeah.
He's funny. He's so great. His voice is so beautiful. I wish he would sing more.
Maybe the two of you could put together a swing album.
I mean, listen.
I'm just putting that out there in the world.
I was actually, when I was an actor, I was doing a Frank Sinatra tribute show, and that's when that melody kept popping in my head, and I was like, let me just write this song. And then I knew I had Zach, and it was perfect.
It's a gorgeous song. Like a really gorgeous swing song.
Dang.
The album spans so many styles. Were any of these songs, are all these songs written as standalones, or were they from shows?
There's 3 songs on the album that are from 2 different shows, but so far I've heard are just standalone songs. I wanted to kind of show my sample platter of what I could do.
Sure.
And it's just interesting how it's when I listen to these now, I feel like I'm such a different writer now. And I'm very proud of them, but there's one particular song, actually 2 we'll get to, that I'm like, ooh, I wish I could re-record those and like rewrite them now. But
that's interesting.
Yeah, when we get to Dare to Dream, Her Embrace, and Let You Go, those are from my music.
Put a pin in those guys, because we're going to get back to them. Just put a pin in it. Well, you have a second album on our label as well. That you're going to come back sometime and we're going to do, because it's truly one of my favorite records on the label, Abandoned Heart.
Oh my God, that's so nice. Thank you.
It's true. I text you all the time about it.
Appreciate that. I know. I feel like that album, I mean, it's my baby, but this album gets so much love. Where the Science, I'm so proud of it. I feel like the other one hasn't really had its time yet.
It will.
I hope so. We'll see.
Yeah, it will. All right, let's talk about track 3 because you have the queen,
Love her.
Sierra Boggess.
So I wrote this song, honestly, with the intention at first for Linda Eder. Okay?
Okay.
Da, 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 da. To me, it was such a Linda Eder leap. I heard that in my head. And then I don't know. I just like that wasn't working out. So I ended up just shelving the song. And then I met Sierra and I was like, oh my gosh, she would be perfect for this. Let's reimagine, reinterpret it. And so her classical soprano voice against this jazz torch song, the slow burn torch song with these random like country guitar drops that you'll hear. It's such a weird eclectic style, but I think it works. I think it's really cool. And she sounds superb on it.
She's superb. She's
My
flawless. She's Sierra. This is the devil.
Oh, the devil has a secret, and he'll keep it as long as he can. He will mask his face any time or place, but beneath is one hell of a man. Oh, the devil is a mystery. Throughout history, he swindled the wise, but he can't fool me. Any fool can see all the secrets revealed in his eyes. But when he called out my name, I submit to his game. I remember the night when he followed my light as he came face to face with my flame. Oh, the devil is voracious. He is gracious, charming, and kind. And I won't reveal what he must conceal 'neath the mask he is hiding behind. Submit to his game. I remember the night when he followed my light as he came, as he came, as he came, as he came, face to face with my flame. Oh, the devil gracious, charming, and kind. And I won't reveal what he must conceal with a face full of lies, by a mask in disguise. I am saved by the flame in his eyes.
I hear the Linda.
Yeah, right.
I definitely hear the Linda. Ah,
Yeah.
that's
And
gorgeous.
I was inspired by Your Daddy's Son from Ragtime with that. Audra McDonald.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You're telling me.
Yeah.
All
so,
right.
And that's the great Dave Mann on the sax solos on The Devil and the Left Side of the Moon. He's a legendary saxophone player. He's amazing.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. Talk to me about Don't Stop Dancing.
So speaking of Linda Eder, so my mentor is Mr. Frank Wildhorn. And when I first met him, he gave me an assignment. And the assignment was, I guess albums back in the day, I don't know because I'm young, albums back in the day used to have 10 tracks. So he was like, listen to 3 different albums, Barbra Streisand, Maroon 5, and Led Zeppelin. Listen to track 1 to 10, and then your job as a songwriter is to write the 11th track on that album. And so I did that very thing with Maroon 5's Overexposed album. And I wrote Don't Stop Dancing. And I tried to pitch it to them, which is a whole other story. Didn't happen, didn't work out. And I decided to put it on my album. So that's how Don't Stop Dancing came to be. It was written for Maroon 5 in my head.
I am so sorry. Spectre was just like, no. And tossed me out of the studio altogether. All right. So Barbra Streisand, 3 albums. That's where we were. 3 albums. Take me.
3 albums. So I think they heard what I said.
Yes.
Okay. So basically, I wrote this song for Maroon 5.
I'm not mad. All right.
So
this is
Hear It With Those Ears.
This is Don't Stop.
You are the night, you are the shadow of the day, killing the light, calling the shots of life your way. Hit me like a heat wave, walking through the door, staring as you strut down to the floor. Listen to the beat, babe, pumping through the air. You're not aware, you're gonna take me there. Don't stop dancing, 'cause you're fine. That way you shine. I'll take a chance and make you mine. Don't stop dancing, you're a star. You stole my heart. I'm gonna dance until we are. Till we are, we are, we are. Don't stop dancing. Till we are, we are, we are. Won't stop dancing. Don't stop dancing. Won't stop dancing. You are the night. You are the shadow of the day, killing the light, calling the shots of life your way. I can see you tease me, tearing up the floor, making every inch of me want more. Everybody sees me, asking who you are, raising the bar, you're such a superstar. Don't stop dancing, 'cause you're fine. That way you shine. I'll take a chance and make you mine. Don't stop dancing, you're a star. You stole my heart. I'm gonna dance until we are. Till we are, we are, we are. Don't
All right.
Yes,
You also have dance remixes of these songs.
I do.
Let's talk about them.
This song, Gone, and Hold Me Tight are like the 3 pop songs
Mhm.
on the album. And I wanted to do the Maroon 5 version that I heard in my head for the remix. Brad Greer sings that version, and it's very Maroon 5. If everyone wants to go check that out, the remix is available. Yeah, it's on the Where the Sky Ends Dance Remix EP.
And you are a stream queen. You have millions of followers, like millions of streams on the spots.
Yeah,
Over 4 million.
this album just got over 4 million streams, which is like,
Isn't that wild? Did you ever think at
No.
Ithaca College that you like 4 million streams of your album?
no, I didn't even know that was a thing. I just like I started learning about it, and I was like, oh, how many streams do I have? And then I saw it, I was like, oh my god. And I'm like waiting for like a little like certificate in the mail or something. Like you hit
No, your name is just going to be in bold on a website. It's like a Broadway World Award.
Yeah.
You can't hold it. You can just look at it.
You just look at it. Yeah.
Let's talk about the next, because now your best friend is coming in.
Yeah.
Talk to me about Dare to Dream.
So Dare to Dream is this version of it. This version and the song after it, Her Embrace, are both from the first draft of my musical, then called Faustus, which is how it's packaged on the album. And now it's a musical called In the Light. And this version here, I learned such a lesson, because these 2 songs really are what pulled this album, I feel like, and what gave this album an audience, and what gave In the Light a voice, and what allowed people to discover that musical. However, it also, as In the Light changed book writers and a new book writer came on to birth the show, I was dead set on keeping these songs. And the songs didn't really work anymore in the new show. And so it's been an interesting process of rewriting the lyrics, rewriting the music to fit our new show, but also respecting these 2 versions that gave us a platform in the first place. So that's been a really interesting thing for me as a writer to learn. And
that was, and you're about to do a record of In the Light.
We are, yes, we are making the album of In the Light. We're dealing with that. Ooh, thanks, Deb. We're
excited.
Come on, Deb, I'm excited too. We were supposed to be in the studio. It's supposed to be done now. The goal was for it to be out in September of this year, but then, hashtag COVID. So,
wear a mask.
Literally. Well, this is gonna have like a 25-piece orchestra, so it's pretty epic. It's huge. Yeah, I'm currently in the process of trying to see if there's a way of making it work with social distance playing, but we'll see. I don't know. Yeah.
So let's listen to these 2 songs together, Dare to Dream and then Her Embrace, which is sung by Josh Young. And we'll see you on the other side of it. Dare to Dream and Her Embrace.
There was a world I longed to find, but living was labored and life was unkind. Yet I was determined to press through the fog and the steam. So I dared to dream. Now there's a world clear as the day. Nothing and no one can stand in my way. I am a vessel sailing through water upstream, and I dare to dream. In this new world I can be bold. Show me adventure and I will grab hold. I am a warrior, challenge me and I will scream, for I dare to dream. I'm unstoppable, I'm unafraid. With my power I know I'll prevail. There's not a lake I can't cross or wall I can't scale. Look at your world, the life that you lead. Do you have everything you want and need? Notice what's missing, then ponder a plan or a scheme. If you dare to dream.
I know what I
I pray every day it comes true, but sadly the future is not up to me or to you.
You can't believe all the lies you've been told. You can't control your own fate. Listen to what I am saying before it's too late. Where is the boy inside the man? What are his wishes and what is his plan? You'd be a hero, held in the highest esteem, if you dare to dream.
Day after day and night after night, I've lived under orders and stayed out of sight. Then suddenly you've come and opened my eyes, and now I can see past the fables and lies. I've longed to be looked at instead of looked through. The future is focused on you. Show me a world where I can be me, and we can be everything we want to be. With this new promise, we'll be forever supreme. If we dare to dream, we'll be remembered as history's promising team. Let's dare to dream.
Okay, so we were going to go right to the next song, but we have a very special guest with us, so I'm going to bring in Jeremy Jordan. Hi, Jeremy. Is the microphone working?
Why do we have the worst luck, Jeremy, when we do these?
Hello.
Jeremy can't. Yay! There we go.
I can't hear anybody. Hold on.
Jeremy was the guest on one of my bi-weekly shows, and it was the worst technical experience we've ever had in our lives.
This is going really well.
Yeah.
There was a world I longed to find, but living was labored and life was unkind. Yet I was
A sky who knows my story.
Okay. Can we hear Jeremy? Oh, I hear a screen door.
Full screen door.
Hi. How are you?
I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, no.
Yeah, we can.
Sorry, everybody. We are from all over the place right now. So I'm going to play the next song, and then we're going to bring Jeremy in and see what happens.
A sky who knows my story. A memory above. A guide for my tomorrow. A light who shines her love. Her radiant beams of distant dreams. Her loving glow is all I know. In her embrace I was free. I was everything that I had hoped to be. She was light. Every brilliant beam could waken any night. Then our God extinguished every ray that she would gleam, and I'm only left to dream of her embrace. A star who knows my sorrow, a bargain he won't lose, a moon that he created, a light that I must choose, her radiant beams of hopeful dreams, a silver shine is finding mine. In her embrace I became, I can feel the loving life her light would bring. She is pure, every lucid beam illuminates her more. Through the haze, her perfect silver glow is all I see, and forever I could be in her embrace. But the sky is whom I swore my love to, and she awaits my hand. To deny the woman high above, would she ever understand that her embrace I can't feel? She's forever left my arms, and I must heal. You are gone, and the hardest part of all is moving on. You'll remain forever in my heart where you're alive. Until then I will survive in her embrace. Until then I will survive in her
That was Her Embrace, Josh Young. Let's try and get Jeremy in, and let's see what happens.
Test.
Yeah, I hear you.
Hello?
Hello.
We can hear you.
Well, see, I switched to Chrome and now I can't hear you.
Oh, but you can. But
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yes.
you.
Great. Well, I can't hear you. Hold on. Let me see. Speakers.
That's
Seems to be
wild.
I could hear you on the other browser, but now you can't hear me.
Oh.
Well,
why don't you just tell us
I
about?
just want you to know that I love you, and it was really fun working on your album. And whatever you're saying, I'm sure it's all lovely things. And yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah, it was
I'm
great.
sorry that this is not working out. I just worked out, so
It's
I
okay.
got my cool headband on.
Good.
We're gonna be
Love it.
in the light.
Alas,
Hear me next.
I love you very much, and
Bye.
thanks for including me. And I hope everybody enjoys the songs.
That's amazing.
I,
What
all right.
So
We're
Robbie,
gonna go from. We're gonna go from. Yeah, I know.
every
I'm
time.
gonna let you.
So I do these bi-weekly shows here from my apartment, called Michael Mott and Friends Live at Home. And Jeremy was like one of my first guests ever. And he joined in, and this exact problem happened, but the camera also didn't work. So somehow he was sideways, and then he was distorted. And if you want to look it up, some random fan made a 5-minute snippet and uploaded it to YouTube. And it's just us being like, what is going on?
Yeah, I sure do want to see that.
We don't have technology.
All right, let's go on to the next song.
Yes.
Let's talk to me about Lady Orphe.
First of all, I love her. So
Yeah.
Orphe was doing one of the very first table readings of my musical Mob Wife, and she was opposite Jacqueline Petrosia, who sings the next song we're gonna get to after that. And she was just like so funny, and she was singing her face. And I had this song I had written that was very inspired by early '90s Mariah, specifically "Love Takes Time," because Mariah's my queen. Woo! And so I went to Orphe and I said, hey, would you be interested in being on my album? And I was so scared to ask her on a lunch break. She's like, yeah, sure, yeah. nonchalant, and we did it. And then she was the one, actually, or Faye is the one who's responsible for the remixes, because she texted me. She's like, "You love Mariah so much. Why aren't we doing a remix of Hold Me Tight? Let's do a dance remix." And I was like, "Oh my God, you're so right." So Orfeh is the queen of it all, and she's the reason. So this is Hold Me Tight from Where the Sky Ends.
Here we go.
Something about the moon, something about his glow, hidden throughout the day, suddenly starts to show everything he is hiding. Everyone seems to see. Never would he imagine he lit your way to me. Something about the sun, something about her eyes during the black of night. No one can see she cries, yet every day she is burning. Everyone seems to see. Never would she imagine she sent her light on me. From the naked eye, hidden away inside. Suddenly with the dawn, the light and the truth collide. Yo, yo, hold me tight, stay the night, wait till morning, and I'll hold you through the night. Something about the moon, something about his glow.
Some Orfeh right there.
I love a big vocal.
I just imagine her just pointing a lot while she screams notes.
I mean,
I love her. She was a donor on my album.
Oh, really?
She sent me a text one day. Yeah, she sent me a text and she was like, let me see if I can do Orfeh. I want to donate to your record, but I don't do computers, so I need your address so I can send a check. That's how it went down. You're welcome.
That's the role you played in the Mob Wife.
I bet she's incredible. I worship her. All right. The next song is actually a Jeremy Jordan special. Let's listen to the much electronically challenged Jeremy Jordan.
Can I tell you about this? He didn't have a solo. He only sang Dare to Dream on the album. He's like,
oh,
give me a song on your first album. And so I literally wrote this. This is the last thing I wrote for the album. And
I love.
It's become honestly, like, it's my most popular song of sheet music sales, which is crazy. I don't know if it's because of Jeremy Jordan of the song, but we'll say it's Jeremy Jordan.
Let's say both. Why not both? Two things can be true. Am I right?
Yes. I just like
Let's try.
Yeah.
When I see you cry, what I'd give to hold you, but my hands are tied, so I watch you cry. When I see you bleed, what I'd give to heal you in your time of need. If I don't, I won't succeed. So I try. Yes, I try. You are not alone. There's a love beside you, though his wall is stone. You are not alone. Let me lead your way, more than just a shadow, with you every day, beside you to guide you away. And I try. Yes, I try. There's a hill to climb, his minutes slip through with hands are tied. And the hill is steep, and I know talk is cheap. Oh, but we'll be okay, so trust me as I lead the way. Yeah, we'll be alright if you just hold on tight. 'Cause I tried. Yes, I tried. And I tried. Yes, I tried. When I see you cry, what I'd give to hold you, but my hands are tied, so I watch you cry.
That was gorgeous.
Jeremy Jordan, everybody.
Jared, you mean
Oh, hey, I think,
this
can you
guy?
hear me?
You got it.
Yes. Hi. Yay. Welcome.
Hi. I couldn't hear the song, but I've heard it, so
Yeah, you were there, I think. when we
I was
did it.
there. I
Yeah,
was there. I tried.
you sure did. How's it going?
Oh, pretty good. Just living it up here in the Jers.
I know, I'm supposed to come over next weekend, right?
Sure.
Socially distanced.
Yeah, come hang out in my backyard. We got lots of space.
I know.
And
You
we can make some
conversation that I'm
some
coming
best.
next weekend?
Say that again?
Were you not part of that conversation that I'm coming over next weekend?
I think you had that conversation with my wife.
I did, but I'm coming next weekend. I'll see you then.
Okay, great. See you then. Can't wait.
Wait, can we talk about? Can we talk about you recording "Try" in the studio? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. That was so long ago. What year was that?
2014. It's the 6-year anniversary right now.
Right. Okay, great. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, it was really fun. I remember, like, I don't think I'd sung it before, so
You learned it.
it was I learned it, and it was brand new, and it was like this really high, light, delicate song, and I was like, this is a pain in the ass, Michael. Why are you making...
You refused to sing it live. I've asked you how many times?
I've sung it live once because it's that...
Twice.
It's that... Maybe twice. Because it's that, like... It's that tricky of a song. And I've only ever sung it when I don't have a lot of other things to sing. Because it's one of those things, like, you need, like, 100% of your voice to, like... Because if you're feeling tired at all, it's just going to be a mess. And so, luckily, I was at 100% when we were in the studio. And, yeah, I remember we just, like, tried a bunch of different things. And we, you know, we're trying to play with it and trying to keep it, like, as sort of quiet, but also build it, you know, because we didn't really know what the trajectory of the dynamics were going to be. We're like, it was just kind of like this simple song. We're like, okay, well, we have to make this, like, have a sort of musical story to it. And that was what we were...
wanted it to get big. And Kim Scharnberg was like, it has to get big. It has to get big. And I was like, I don't want it to. And then when you started singing and he was like, go up, and you went to the B flat, I was like, okay, yeah, it should get big. Remember that?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it could have worked either way. But it just would have been a very different song. And because it was in that key, I think it would have felt too delicate if it didn't go.
Right.
I think I would have, like, argued a different key if you didn't want it to do that, because otherwise it would have just been too...
Yeah.
At least in my voice, it would have felt too meek, you know?
Yeah.
Overall. So
that's the whole point. I write this song and Her Embrace. Like, a lot of people, I talk about this a lot, but a lot of these songs sit for the men in the tessitura and in that section of the voice where it's vulnerable and it sounds like it could be dangerous, because that's the whole point of the emotion there. That's why you know, right there.
Yeah, it's right there on the break, and that's why I haven't sung it in concert.
Well, I'll lower it for you, and then it won't be as dangerous. And we'll see.
Then it'll be lame.
It will, I know. So all I want is for you to sing that song. But I'll deal with you singing. I'll stick with you singing Her Embrace for now.
Yeah.
And then we'll get back.
That song has its own issues.
Oh God, you're the only one that complains.
Because I'm the only one that's sung it in the course of a 2.5-hour show.
Yeah.
And it's like the 11 o'clock number, and there's nowhere to breathe. And your voice is already, like, worn out because you've done 2 hours of a show.
Well, we can replace you at any time. It's no problem. Just let me know.
Great. If you replace me for a song, I see where your priorities lie. Now, all we got to do is just build in a few breaths and maybe a couple little pauses.
So when you see the show on Broadway and there's like 2 bars before the last note, it's so Jeremy can breathe. You
know what? It's that, or like you get a crack note every other show. So compromise.
How is your baby doing?
She's good. She just woke up from a nap. She's being fed.
Oh.
You know, that's what you do. You feed them and you change their diapers and you try to prevent them from hurting themselves, which is actually the hardest part.
I mean, I need that in my life.
Yeah. Do you, like, pull things off of every shelf that you can reach just constantly? And
oh yeah. I do.
Yeah.
That's
me. Oh yeah, she loves that. Yeah. Luckily the piano is heavy enough she can't pull that on top of her, but she'll pull pretty much anything else on top of her.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's like having a FaceTime conversation, but whoever's watching is watching it.
I love it.
But we're thrilled to be watching it.
Hey, Robbie.
I was just letting you guys talk. How are you?
Appreciate that.
I'm good. You know, Michael and I just old friends, just chatting.
Just living You guys met in you met in Ithaca, right? Going to IC.
Ithaca
Yeah.
College.
2003.
We were
I lived in Ithaca for a time on the Commons. You're welcome.
Ah.
Yeah. And I miss it a little bit, especially right now. I'd like to be.
Were you one
wandering.
of those like creepy wanderers?
No. No, but I did work at the Home Dairy Bakery before, like, the Hare Krishnas bought it, that cult.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. It's insane.
It's the best. I just went back because they actually did a workshop in LA. And so I was back there about 6 months ago. And I went hiking and I showed my collaborator the falls. Like, we had the best time.
Yeah, I need to go back.
Well,
I've never taken my wife there. Like, I need to go.
Let's go. I mean,
Ithaca is gorgeous. Get into
What else
it.
should we do? We should go. We should go before everybody goes back to being real human beings.
yeah, let's do it.
For sure.
I'm down. Next week. I'm not coming over. Let's just take a road trip.
Not quite ready for that yet.
Well, thanks for joining us, Jeremy.
Thank you for coming back.
Of course, my pleasure, guys.
We can't wait to
Glad I
see you in
figured
Little
it out.
Shop whenever that happens.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, that would be
it's-
lovely.
It's time for you to make a solo album, so let's get into that.
Sure thing, on top of it.
Planting that seed right now.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks,
We're
guys.
going to let Jeremy go because we have another guest.
Come on.
Michael, do you want to bring in the next guest?
This is my I call her my sister from the old country, Miss Jacqueline Petrosha.
Hi, Jacqueline.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Have
I'm
you
having
enjoyed
contra
watching
because I was
us?
afraid you weren't going to be able to hear me. Yes, but you can hear me and you can see me. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all good. And I'm
Okay,
actually
good.
moving for once, so that's good.
That's amazing.
I watch myself in real time. I'm like freezing and like it's like watching something go in very slow motion
No, you're good.
on screen. What a blessing. So thanks for joining. You've been sitting in this chat for a while, like just watching us struggle through
I was
it all.
watching anyway, so I want to know, I like to see Jeremy Jordan open for me.
That's the way it should be, right?
Exactly.
Exactly how it is on the album. I have the best placement on the album because let's be honest,
not
people are
wrong.
going to be like, oh, let's hear the Jeremy Jordan song. And then they're going to leave it on and then they're going to get me. So I'm
Yeah.
happy with that.
Yeah, that's great.
So I met Jackie. We were at Busch Gardens. Actually, Jackie, Jeremy, and I were all at Busch Gardens together. And
Which Busch Gardens? Tampa or Virginia?
Virginia.
The
Virginia.
better one.
And
Yeah.
And Jackie and I were in the Italian show. And do you want to tell the story?
Wait, really?
Yeah, of course.
Holiday in Roma. Yeah, we were.
You
And,
bet I saw you guys do that.
Oh,
At some point, I for sure saw
Probably.
you do that. Yep.
We were
While
like,
I ate really bad pizza or really bad pasta. Yeah, sure did.
a cannelloni.
yeah, it was pretty bad. The cannelloni was okay, but
It's fine. All right, so you guys
yeah,
met.
we were
in Busch
backstage
Gardens.
and I remember like we had just met and I was in the cast before Michael came in. Like I was in the spring cast and then we added a summer cast and we were sitting backstage, I think probably during a rehearsal when we'd first met. And he was like, I like you. I don't know why, but I really like you. And I was like, oh, I like you too. I mean,
Thank you so much.
sure.
Oh, no.
I mean,
No, about the musical.
Oh, and then he was like, you said that you had written a musical called Life of a Mop Wife, because that's what it used to be called. And I was like, hello, I need to be in that. And I think at that point is when it started to maybe be tailored towards me, with me in mind. So ask and you shall receive. You want somebody to write you a musical? Just ask.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
it.
And it was like 5 years later, I had an opportunity to like re-look at a show that I had written when I was like 16. So obviously we completely revamped it from scratch.
So sorry, you wrote the show when you were 16?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was working a drive-through at Taco Bell at 16. How dare you?
I was eating and writing music.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. So I had the opportunity to rewrite it, and I brought in book writer Corey Skaggs, and we went back to the beginning and just the seed of that idea, and we really developed it from scratch with Jackie in mind. So I decided to put this song on the album, which is the end of the first act. It's like the only serious song in the entire show. It is a comedy, but this song is a serious song. the end of the.
So let's play a little Let You Go.
The chilling sound of silence. The thrill of love goes numb. A broken heart surrenders. That's the girl I've become. I saw a man who saved me, a man who used to care. Now I'm alone 'cause he betrayed me, but life goes on, life's not fair. Every marriage has an ending. When the husband's heart turns to stone, he can break the vow. She's supposed to cope somehow and start her life alone. But if I choose to, I would lose you. Forget about the last 10 years. Reject the pain, suppress the tears. Life without you. Wife about to decide which way this marriage ends. So tell our family and our friends we're through. The chilling realization, I have a marriage built on lies. To question each occasion that I looked into his eyes. Hollow voices in the darkness offer choices I could explore. I could make the call to end this heartache after all and get back to life before. So I must try to say goodbye to the man I love who broke my heart, who made this marriage fall apart. And it's a long race, and I will soon face silence on my younger days and shadows for my future ways. So say goodbye. I won't cry without you. I will try life alone. Say goodbye. Life is fine without you. It's time to make it on my own. 'Cause you betrayed me, you slayed and played me. The game we named our marriage then will soon dissolve and quickly end. I'll go my own way and face a new day. I can't deny what we both know. The time has come to let you go. So go, let go, I'll let you go.
Yeah.
Come on with that vocal.
Oh my God, I'm sweating just thinking about having to do it live. Because I agree with what Jeremy said. Like, Michael does not write easy music, and he doesn't really ask you like what you can do. He says, "Can you do this?" So you kind of have to rise to the challenge. And I remember we probably did that ending like 25 times until I could was really happy with it, because it's just, for me, I have a really big belt, like a really heavy belt, and to get up that high for me is like, a Mack truck trying to do, S curves, So it wasn't the easiest thing, but we made it work, and I've done it a couple times live. I think I've messed up the words every time I've done it live, though.
Sure, why wouldn't you?
Every time. It's a lot. It's hard. It's hard.
It is hard.
Speaking of your heavy belt, you have an album that people can get.
I do. Yeah, thank you so much. It's called Champagne and Moonshine. It's a 2-disc set, or it's on iTunes if you want to buy it there or stream. But I love you more if you buy it. And it's half country songs and half like jazz big band. And I was really inspired by Michael making his own album happen, because I always say he's so scrappy and he's so just motivated to do his own stuff. And I watched him do it, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do my own album. And I did. So thank you, Michael, for inspiring me and answering all my millions of questions.
We'd love to see it.
But Jackie does Patsy Cline all over the country. And so she has an audience that follows her country music. but she also grew up singing jazz. So I think it's brilliant because the album shows both sides of what she does.
Yeah, I couldn't really pick, so.
I'm going and buying it right after this.
Yay.
You
Thank you.
recorded it in Nashville.
I recorded it in Nashville, yeah, in an old studio that's not open anymore that Patsy Cline actually recorded in. So I recorded Crazy where Patsy Cline recorded Crazy in the exact same spot.
Isn't that awesome? Yeah.
I mean, to be fair,
magical.
nothing's open. There's no studios open at the moment, but
Right.
come on.
It was really cool. But it was also, you know, really fun to do, you know, to bring it back to Michael's album, which is the reason why we're here. But I remember the studio environment being really chill. I remember how wonderful Kim Scharnberg is. And it was just a lot of fun. And I was just so thrilled to be included because, you know, of all those names on that album.
Come on.
I'm writing you a musical, and come on.
Yeah, you're
Well,
right up
you
there.
are so loyal.
Take your place in the crown.
Yes, exactly.
Be one of those jewels. Crown it.
Thank you for being a part of this.
Thank you. I'm just,
right,
you know, waiting for someone to brush, you know, the ashes aside and find the diamond. So
It's there. Where can people find you to follow you?
I'm on Instagram, Jackie Petro. I'm on Twitter, Jackie Petro with a C on the end, I think. And then I have a Facebook and I have my website, JacquelinePatricia.com.
Guys, get into her. I am.
Yeah,
I'm a
thank you.
big fan.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Of course.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
joining us.
Thanks. I love you, Michael. And nice to meet you, Robbie. Thank you for
Nice
having
to
me.
meet you.
He's the best.
Okay. She's incredible. Now I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
Like I have money. I've been donating all of my money to everything.
Yes.
So I'm going to have to pull up my couch cushions to buy her record, but it's fine. I'm
Good.
happy to do it.
Good.
All right. Talk to me about Gone.
Oh my gosh. This song is honestly, if you had to ask me what my favorite on the album is, it's this one. Just as a song, as a songwriter, I feel like this song is my full heart on a track. I wrote it about the very first relationship I ever had, and it's made up of phrases, lyrical phrases, and quotes that we would use, and other song titles of songs that my ex-boyfriend made for me on a mixtape back in the day in college. And so if you listen to those lyrics, they're made up. After an afternoon, when you come back down, without you. Those are all popular songs and lyrical phrases that I compiled into one song. And I love numbers. This song just broke 2 million streams. And the remix is at 2.1 million. Come on.
Come on.
Just the remix. And you know what? People laughed at me that I did a remix. But listen, that shit's at 2.1 million streams. So bye.
2.1. This is Gone.
This is your song, your style of music. Though I can't sing it well, what the hell? Guess I'll give it a try. And with a sigh, it's yours. It's yours to keep. The benefits you'll reap are slim to none. But still, this must be done. As I tell myself, dim the lights and go back to bed. Blow the candles out and then drown the music out and sleep until the dawn. You said you'd always be my friend, but every flame is bound to end. I struck the match and you blew it out. Now you're gone. After an afternoon, when you come back down, you said you'd be here waiting, celebrating what we had. Too bad the tables have turned around. You turned me away. I think about you every day, every minute. I still hear you say, dim the lights and go back to bed. Blow the candles out and then drown the music out and sleep until the dawn. You said you'd always be my friend, but every been a dream about you, 'cause I just can't live without you. You're the one that I adore, and that's all I hear is yours.
Dim the lights and go back to bed. Blow the candles out and then drown the music out and sleep until the dawn.
You said you'd always be my friend, but every flame is bound to end. I struck a match and you blew it out. Now you're gone. I struck a match and you blew it out. Now you're gone. I struck the match and you blew it out. Now you're gone.
So that was Ben Fankenhauser. And we should also shout out your backup singers because they're incredible.
Come on. You know, I was just going to say, Lindsay Ryder, one of my best friends, Shauna Goodgold, one of my best friends, and Mr. Bruce Landry. The three of them, literally, I learned so much about writing background vocals on this album. And since then, my second album is just full of layering and background vocals. And what's one of my favorite things to do is to write for background singers and just like amplify the song with that and to have another message come through in a different way. So to be continued on Abandoned Heart, you'll really hear me mature into background vocal writing.
Such a great album, Abandoned Heart, I'm telling you.
Thanks.
But we're celebrating Where the Sky Ends. Now, you are a Mariah Carey stan. And what she got? Interludes. So you gave us a throwback, like a Janet Jackson, Mariah Carey interlude. I'm going to just play it. This is just called Sky Interlude.
Hey, I just wrote this. Tell me what you think.
Don't stop dancing 'cause you're fine. The way you shine, I'll take a chance and make you mine. Hold me tight. Stay the night. I am a vessel sailing through water upstream, and I dare to dream. Dim the lights and go back to bed. Blow the candles out and then drown the music out and sleep until the dawn. In her embrace, I'd be king. I can feel the loving life her light would bring. She's beautiful as a mystery. Throughout history, he swindled the wise. 'Cause you betrayed me, you slayed and played me. The game we named our marriage then will soon dissolve and quickly end. On the left side of the moon, she left my heart in two, and I tried. Now I think you'll agree. Oh, you're just like me.
Hey, Justin. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Orfei.
Hey, Laura.
Hey, Jeremy. Hey, Brian. Hey, Ben.
Hey, Sierra.
Hey, Zach. Hey, Josh. I just recorded this for you. I hope you like it.
So this is the final track on Where the Sky Ends, and Robbie asked me to do it live. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoy. I used to walk inside a daydream and paint the world with random images. In my youth, I reinvent the truth and conjure fables in my mind and throw them towards the sky.
Today my world is full of burden. My every worry clouds the skyline. Golden days are lost behind the haze, but I can see them shining through when I look to the sky. Now every day is a fight to survive, but somewhere inside me, my fantasies thrive. Always have my sense of wonder. I'm most alive when I imagine the time may fly, but dreams will never die. I feel them lead me on my way, so I still have the sky. When I'm gone, my stories will live on. They'll fill the air with shades of blue to make an endless sky.
That was gorgeous.
Aw,
Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for letting me do this. This was so fun.
Are you crazy? I just adore you. So listen. Oh, my mom says that it was beautiful. So
Hi, Mrs. Rozelle.
she's watching. So listen, you can stream his out. He loves to stream.
Loves
So get in there and stream his albums. All of them. You have so much music out.
Because you make more money, but you can start.
Yeah, buy it, stream it. We have signed albums on our website, BroadwayRecords.com. Both of them. So pick up those. You do a bi-weekly show when?
Bi-weekly show on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. So I just had one. So give us 2 weeks.
So give us 2 weeks. And next week, I'm going to be here with Kyle Taylor Parker.
Okay.
We're going to celebrate Pride with Kyle. It's a really great album, so I'm excited about that. And my album comes out next Friday, so get that too.
And your review was so good. I texted you about it. It was such a beautiful review. Congrats.
Lost my mind. I lost my mind. Oh my gosh. Nathaniel also says that your song is beautiful.
That's my boyfriend.
Thanks. I got excited, but I mean, it counts, but I got excited in general for you.
I get excited when I see him talking to me too. So yeah.
I love that. All right. Well, until next time, everybody, this is Michael Mott and me, Robbie Rozelle, saying goodbye, and we'll see you real soon. Wear a mask.
Yes.